we talk to people who need or think they want some kind of mobile solution for something, anything really, and then we work out whether that is actually what they need, whether what they actually need is a mobile solution, or whether that's an app or a web app. And we take that, and if it's a mobile app, we build it. If it's a web app, we pass it off to other people to do. We don't do that ourselves. So at Kotikan, we do the Fringe app, the official Fringe app. We do the Skyscanner app, both of which use location in them. And so the accuracy of these things can be quite, well, it's a big range. IP lookup can be extremely bad. I mean, it can be hundreds of miles out. GPS can be down to 5 meters. It can know exactly where you are on the street. So Google Maps on your iPhone knows exactly where you are on the street down to a very, very small area. So it's very good to give you targeted information about where you're going and what you're doing, and also give you, route information for where you're about to go. We've got location-based platforms that provide you with a pre-existing service to actually add your data and content into that you can use. There are things like Foursquare and Gowalla that I'll talk about. They usually work using check-ins, so users have an app on their phone or a website, and they go to that website, they choose where they are, they check into that place. Businesses can register themselves for information about check-ins and see how many people have been there, what's going on with that, what people are, how often people are visiting, that kind of thing. From a user's point of view, it's generally you do it so you can share your location with other people. So socially, you'll broadcast that you are at the Premier Inn in Haymarket, and everyone will know where you are, so you can come here. Currently, Foursquare is probably, well, the most infamous of current location-based services. It uses the check-in system, and when you check into places, you get points for different things. If you check in with your friends, you get points for checking in with your friends. If you're the first person to check in at that place, you get extra points. If you check in there regularly, you get more points. And the idea is to have the most points of all of your friends for all of your check-ins. I mean, I've got, I think, 200 Facebook friends, and I've never seen a friend add their location to a Facebook status. I think people are very wary of doing that, because everyone then knows exactly where they are and what they're doing. I don't know that people will actually be interested in saying, I'm here, come and find me in this way. People tend to just text and do that kind of thing. However, Facebook pages, I mean, it's free. If you have a Facebook page already, just make sure it's got an associated address, and then you can automatically check into that place as a user. If you don't have a Facebook page, I'd thoroughly recommend it. It's a good thing to do. You can interact with your users, you can see what your fans are, you can look at your fan counts of the pages, how many likes you've got and all that kind of thing, and you can actually talk to the people who like your product, which is a really good thing. Yelp works with check-ins as well, but people don't really use it for check-ins. Yelp provides reviews of restaurants, places, events, attractions, that kind of thing. It's actually really good. I really like it. I was quite surprised about how much I liked it. So you can search with your phone and see all of the restaurants, or all of the Italian restaurants, or all of the bars, or all of the sandwich shops, or all of the clothes shops that are near you, and see what other people think of those places. Mobile makes planning less important. I came here today, I had no idea whether the Premier Inn was in Haymarket. I just left the house. It didn't matter that I didn't know where it was. I never would have done that before. So I left the house, I picked up my phone, and I got halfway here, and I went, oh, I better check where it is. And I opened Google Maps and went Premier Inn, and I got here. Direct revenue, so you can charge for your apps. Charge money for them. There's no reason why not. Nothing says you can't. If you are providing a good enough service, or something that no one else is providing, or you're providing something better than anyone else is doing it, or you have unique content that nobody else has, yeah, charge for it. I mean, there are a lot of people charging for apps that provide content that everybody else has already. It's a good way to do it. People tend to see more value in apps that have a fee associated with them. It's a careful balance between actually taking the mickey, or in their eyes, and actually providing service or content. It's difficult. I don't know which would be the thing to do. It's going to depend on what you want to do, basically. Roaming charges is the big one. So, especially for you guys, for tourism companies, you need to have as much as possible in the app as you can possibly manage. Someone coming from America to here will pay per megabyte a huge amount of money if they're downloading content from the app. So that means things like Google Maps are completely off limits for you. So you need internal maps. downloading, updating content, you can do that, but you need to do it when they're connected. And they update internally and store everything. Don't do it online. Platform, existing communities. There's lots of people using Foursquare. There's millions of people using Facebook. There's loads of people using Scavenger. You can build on those. If you go for the app, you're going to have to advertise it. You're going to have to tell people that it's there. It's going to require adoption of that. You know, it's going to be more difficult to get it off the ground, potentially. Platforms, much cheaper. Apps are more expensive. Apps will cost anything from £5,000 up to £100,000, up to further higher than that. We have to take it on a case-by-case basis. Some people want something which is very, very simple. Some people want something that we can build based on our existing infrastructure. Just talk to me about it, and we'll see. That's the thing to do. Just find me. Platforms, limited functionality, apps, flexibility. So it's easy to flex.